And welcome back. Hi, I'm SP. I'm from the GonnaGeek.com network and co-host of Better Podcasting. And I created this YouTube channel so that I can take you on a walkthrough of how I edit my shows. In this case, it's Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode number 261. I'm editing via Vegas Movie Studio 15.0 Platinum. I also use Audacity afterwards so that I can go ahead and get a couple other effects that aren't available, at least not that I know of, here in Vegas Movie Studio. And it kind of goes counter to video editing anyway, one of which is truncate silence. So that's kind of hard to do in video editing. So what I'm going to do here is I've got another 15 minutes. So I'm going to do the next segment of editing here, hopefully get to about the 20-minute mark here. And I might go beyond that depending on how much time I have. I have 15 minutes. So hopefully I will get as far as I can and then stop for dinner. So here we go. Oh, if you have any questions, and if you're watching live on Twitch, go ahead and leave them in the chat room. If you have any questions and it's later and you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and leave them down below. Leave a time code of the video so that I can see exactly what you're talking about. Leave a time code of the video, not necessarily the edit. It's probably a little confusing. And also you can always catch me on my Twitter account at Stargate Pioneer. You can email me, stargatepioneer@gonnageek.com, and you can catch me on the GonnaGeek Discord server at gonnageek.com/discord. So here we go.
You guys, if you have a bad feeling about somebody, don't invite them home for dinner.
Good safety tip again from Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. brought to you by Lauren.
Yeah.
Again, safety tip again from Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'll click there. Not sure what it was, but it was on Lauren's track. So we're going to take that out. Use those little trim buttons. Tip. I could tell, by the way, because the output meter went up. Tip again from Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. brought to you by Lauren.
Yeah, if you have a bad feeling about somebody, if you are in a situation that doesn't feel right to you, it's okay to not be polite. It's okay to make a loud noise and get out of there. To keep yourself safe.
Yep, safety's good. Talking about safety first. Yep, safety's good. And another one. As you can see, I'm going to play it right here, and you'll see her output meter go up. Safety's good. Okay. So I heard it, by the way, in case you didn't. I heard there was something going on. So I decided to take it out and use the trim commands there. Yep, safety's good. Talking about safety, we get a little bit of our reminder of safety with Karen Page in this episode as well, don't we, Michelle?
Yeah. Dinah decides.
We're going to take out that in Michelle's track here. I don't necessarily think that needed to be out, but I am going to take it out.
Yeah. Dinah decides to bring Karen in because she knows Karen is connected to Frank Castle. And because to Frank Castle and
Lauren's track again. Part of the reason why we're hearing so much from Lauren, and you're not hearing it necessarily from me and Michelle, is I tend to think that I have a little bit more sound etiquette when I'm recording. So you don't generally hear that sort of stuff from me, although you do from time to time. It does happen. Michelle, because of her recording situation, she's using an interview microphone. As you can see on screen there, it's the Sennheiser MD46, which has a supercardioid or hypercardioid pattern right in front of her. And then she's also using a DBX286S, which has a noise gate that you can turn on. And she is using that noise gate. So between the two, hardly hear anything. However, if there is a loud train in the background, that's eventually going to pop through. But for the most part, it's going to stay hidden because of her choice of microphone and the settings that she has, including her hardware noise gate. You can create that noise gate in post, and I will show it to you on Lauren's track. She actually has a noise gate, and I have it set to 30 dB. But when you hear those ticks in there, it goes above the minus 30 dB, and you can hear them. So why does Lauren's recording setup differ? Well, she's using a Shure SM7B, and it just takes a lot of gain. And because it uses a lot of gain, you're picking up a lot more of the ambient room noise, just like you might in a condenser microphone. So that's why, as I'm going through this, you're only seeing, for the last couple of videos, you're seeing me take large parts of Lauren's tracks out because of those bumps that you're hearing and ticks that you're hearing from time to time. And you're not having to do that, or I'm not having to do that with my track or Michelle's track. So here we go.
Frank Castle. And because Frank saved her from the car accident, she knows Frank Castle's alive. And now she's wanting to look into all of his former.
Yeah, see, if you leave all those crutch words in, there's been 3 of them since she started. They just add up to a listener, and you start to get that crutch word feeling of too many ums or too many crutch words. So that's why I take them out. And I just use one of mine there. I use so a lot.
Look into all of his former people in the military. And
You left all those 3 in. That's 3 ums or ahs in a very short time period. A minute. No, not even a minute. Like 20 seconds, 15 seconds. You definitely, it starts to compound for the listener.
former people in the military. And, you know, remember that whole trial. So there's Karen Page. And it's a very interesting exchange. At first, I'm going as
I think I can take that one out. Sometimes you can't take it out when it's combined with another word. We'll see what this sounds like.
interesting exchange. At first, I'm
One thing I can do here is I can control fade in.
exchange. At first, I'm
There was a little bit of the end of the the first time around, but now since I've widened that fade in, what I did is I just grabbed, there's this little triangle, and I just grab that and I can pull it however far I need to. So I don't think I've shown that editing tip too much here. So that's a little secret on this video.
interesting exchange. At first, I'm going, is Karen there to ask Dinah questions, or is, you know, Dinah there? And
A lot of ums coming from Michelle here, and I want her to sound intelligent to the listener, because she is. That's why I'm taking it out. And I'm also saving the listener's time by taking those out and shortening it in Audacity for the audio version.
ask Dinah questions, or is, you know, Dinah there? And finally realize, okay, Karen was called in, and it's just a nice exchange. They both
Hear any of this in the post, all these ums and ahs coming out.
just a nice exchange they both have. Nice exchange they both have. It's like the women know that they're hiding something from each other, but they can't prove it. And so they just kind of have that sort of nice, you know, tete-a-tete, I suppose.
It was interesting watching them both go back and forth with each other. Now, Dinah has a lot of training. She's been in interrogation for quite some time. And quite honestly, what Karen has a lot of training. She's been in interrogation for quite some time. And quite honestly, that is audio distortion on my recording. It sounded like another one of Lauren's bumps or something, but I was looking at the output meters. It wasn't there. So it's definitely artifact of my recording. And there's nothing I can do there. Uh-oh. I think I froze it. We'll give it a second here. And that might be the end of this editing session. This has definitely happened from time to time when I've got too many rapid inputs into Vegas Movie Studio and it freezes up Fortunately, well, if you leave this going long enough, what it's going to do is it's going to autosave in the background. So when you bring it back up, it's going to be good up until the time that I have it, which is 17:08. And since I have to go for dinner anyway, I probably will do that. I will come back and just make sure that everything's good up until I'm speaking at about the 17:08 time frame, and then we'll start. Oh, no, still got the wheel of death there. So I'm pretty sure what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to break down. The problem is when I come back and it brings back the autosave, I'll have to save it as another file name and like version 2 or something like that, because the original version, you won't want to overwrite it because you're not quite sure what you've got with the autosave version. But if I wanted to go back to this, I know that I'll have issues. So I'll have to go back. I'll lose work. So I could either stop this, know I'm going to lose work, and go ahead and try to bring back the autosave and then redo a lot of work I just did. Or I could leave for a little bit, like I have to do anyway, eat dinner, then come back later, and then it will have autosaved at some point in time. I have not gone into the autosave settings, so I don't know how often it autosaves. But I did save it after the last round, so I know that I'm good up until about the 15-minute mark. And if I do lose everything, it's only a couple of minutes. So it's not too rough, but I have had Vegas Movie Studio hang up now on the live twice, and it just happens. So anyway, I'm going to stop this Twitch stream, and I'm going to come back after dinner and start another one, and you'll see what's happened afterwards. And if you're watching later on YouTube, just click the next video. You'll see what happens. Once again, I'm SP. I'm from the GonnaGeek.com network. I also am co-host of Better Podcasting. I podcast to help the hobby podcaster, and this YouTube channel is made so that I can go ahead and give you an insight into my editing process, both with Vegas Movie Studio 15.0 and Audacity. If you have any questions, please leave them in comments down below, or catch me on Twitter at Stargate Pioneer. You can email me, stargatepioneer@GonnaGeek.com, and you can always check me at our Discord server, GonnaGeek.com/Discord. Thanks, guys. Bye.